So I had to do something with the repentance, with the broken pieces, because I knew how far too far was for me. Like with my energy versus what my life is supposed to shape out like versus how my events is supposed to unfold. That helped me see where the floor was. You know? How you gonna know where the floor is unless if you don't fall? If you don't fall, you're not gonna know where the floor is. Better to fall at a lower level in life when you still trying to get it right. When you can make a $10,000 mistake, right? Because if you make a $10 million mistake, you know what I mean? You might not be around much longer. So you get this out of the way and you deal with your darkness and you resolve it early. You resolve it early, right? Listen, the shrink's office is getting ready to be like an American mall. Instead of theme parks, it's going to be, I mean, you see what's going on worldwide now. Worldwide, the polls, the numbers, the stats, you see what it is. So we're in, it's just such a major shaking all over the world, everywhere. There's nothing really solid that's in place really like that no more. So this means, so to speak, that really the pressure is off. The pressure is off from a social lens, because if everybody is just doing any old thing, now it ain't no standards. So whatever little thing that you felt like you was too afraid to put out, too timid to put out, listen, it's people intentionally making fools out of themselves for all the wrong reasons all day long, and making a little money off of it even. So you and your decent cause and your wanting to help people out and wanting to make life better, don't be timid about your thing. Put your little thing out there. Put it out there while it's small. And that way the first people to like you, the first people to start dealing with your reconciled dark side, the results of your reconciled dark side, they'll feel like clientele. They'll feel elite. See, before you know it, whether you even go main with what you do, before you go public, before your IPO, before your initial public offering, you're already elite. If you have just one person who's on your Patreon, you already elite. How you think that first follower gonna feel after you done racked up 2, 3, 4 million followers? How platinum do you think that first person is gonna feel? When you were still asking the person, your first subscriber, in the comments, I don't know what I'm doing. But you was reconciling the darkness of not knowing, the confusion of not knowing what to do. But you didn't allow the darkness of the confusion to metastasize into procrastination. You didn't allow the unknown, you didn't allow the fear of the unknown to swallow you up. You took the fear of the unknown and you held on to it. You didn't run from it. You said, you know what, I'm afraid of all of this technology stuff. I'm afraid to put my information out there. I'm afraid to try to get money digitally only. I'm afraid to try to be employing myself without a boss, without getting an hourly wage. I'm afraid. This fear. But if I run from the fear, I won't do anything about the fear. But if I hold on to the fear, nurture it, wash it off, order some Chinese food, get it a little something to drink, the next thing you know, those fears are being eased, because those fears are coming with solutions, knowledge. Knowledge is a great solution for fear. Like, man, I'm afraid of what I don't know. We'll see how afraid of it you are once you know everything about it. Once you know that thing inside and out, we'll see how afraid of it you are then, when you know everything there is to know about what you were once afraid of. Let's see how big and bad that thing is then. when you're already a master, when you're already an expert, when you're a professional at it. This thing is not so big and bad. You are always bigger and badder than anything that you will ever come up against. No matter what. No matter what. And that's dark. It's dark to think that. Because the buildings are bigger than you, the boats are bigger than you, the houses are bigger than you. These, you know what I mean? You see there's money all around, you know what I mean? But look out in nature. You know, you got deers and stuff that'll run top speed away from you when they see you, and the deer will be twice your size with horns, with antlers. It's got swords coming out of his face, swords coming out of his head, and the whole pack of them is running from you. They haven't heard about you. They don't know about your reputation. They know what you look like, and they know whose image you were made in. That part. So how about you look at yourself the way the animals look at you? Oh, look out, here comes a person. Oh, we need to, all the birds, we need to fly up. Hold on, a person coming. Hold on, that's a person. That's a man down there. Hold on, y'all. We need to get out the way. That part. You don't want to be the first and last you that there will ever be, only to be trampled on and disregarded, and to have a whole bunch of things that you wish you could say but never had the heart to. And you were in no position where you had the inability to, in terms of physical or social capabilities. You just chose not to wrestle your dark side. Chose not to. There's a lot of folks with dark sides. They just got a whole bunch of energy. You ever seen them? They don't know what to do. They're perfect for the gym. I'm talking about you ain't gonna find I bet you won't find a better personal trainer than a person who can't be still. I guarantee you. Go take something like dance and find somebody who can't be still. Man, they gonna be ready for you, even when they not feeling it. They'll be on the whole other side of the gym yelling through a mask talking about, yeah, I got that thing, but just keep going. I'm pushing you from here. They're perfect for it. Every dark side works like this too. All of this stuff could be transmuted. And I don't want to just keep throwing the transmutation word out there without really talking about it in layman's terms. I don't want to say just be using it like a shield. You gotta transmute this and you gotta transmute that. I want to try to give you some real tangible examples that you could walk through. That's why I'm trying to jump around random like that, just to give you more examples of this that we honing in on. Because this is shadow work. You can never have too much shadow work, right? How many times do you blink per day? You don't know, but there's a lot of times. So yeah, you need dark. Otherwise, we would be born with unblinking eyes that would never blink ever. They gotta blink, right? There's gotta be some darkness to keep some pollutants out. Now, if something fly in your eye, that lid is gonna automatically close. You ain't gonna have to think about closing your eyes if something fly near your eye. You ain't gotta think about it. Your eyes got their own brain, it seems. They'll close. Like, you know what I mean? What's that? Oh, hold on. It'll stop you. You'll be mid stride. It'll have you standing there with your tongue hanging out your mouth. Like, hold on, I gotta get this out of my eye. Your tongue is hanging out your mouth. I gotta get this, stopping everything. You mid-stride, your posture looking strange. Looking like you playing a game of Twister. Let something suddenly, you know what I mean? Yeah, that part. So treat yourself with the same sense of distinction. Oh, there's a person coming. Look out. There's a man coming. There's a woman over there. This is what you should say in the mirror. Look at that person who just got out the shower. Man, that's the man that I need to have running my entire operation. Matter of fact, this is the man who needs his own operation, and I need to be working for him. Please say that to the person in the mirror. Doesn't matter if you believe it or not. Just say it. Just do it. Nike. The goddess of victory. You understand? The goddess of victory slogan is just do it. Just do it. There's a few ways to say that. You can say just do it, but on lower levels you might trick yourself into being impulsive and going into something rashly without thinking. I ain't gonna think about it no more. I'ma just do it. No. It goes more toward the elimination of procrastination. Like, look, just do it. You know what I mean? You know you gotta get this done. Just do it. But then there's another way to say that. If your cause is just, it's your responsibility to do that. If your intentions are really to help people and make the world a brighter place, that cause is just. And in that passage, you are the one who is called just. There needs to be a comma, and do it is the command. You're the one called just. Just do it. Nike. You feel me? Just do it. What kind of shoe is it? Is it a church shoe? Right? No. A running shoe. So what do you got to be in life? You want to be a person who's trying to run things. You might have to walk it out now in the planning stages, but eventually you want to be running things. You want to run your life. Nike, just do it. Running shoes. Running shoes. Or we could go old school, back in the days when soda was called pop all the time, and we could say running shoes / sneakers were just called tennis shoes. They're like, well, they was actually called tennis shoes, son. I can work with that too, because tennis involves a back and forth over what? The net. That part. We're going back and forth over the net. Just do it. We're going back and forth anyway. Just do it. Since we're going back and forth anyway over the net. But really, online and offline, you understand? But just for the sake of fitting it in there and just, you feel me? All of this is shadow work, though. All of this is shadow work. This is how you deal with that stuff. Let's go find an incel. What do they say? Incels are usually, you know what I mean? They say they're all fap, and then the whole thing is like, no fap, you know what I mean? You're sweating the ladies, or you're sweating the partners that you want to get with, and you're too backed up, you're too trapped up, you're too, you know what I mean? All of that kind of stuff, right? Okay. So then, what would you start working on if you're an incel? The last thing to come up will probably be dating, because there's other things that you have to do that are taking you in your mind and maybe in the minds of others outside of the dating realm. What's cutting you off from it may be that you're not liking yourself as much as you're liking the girls. You're not watching yourself as much as you might be watching that part. So you hold on to that darkness of, I want to be this person for this person, and I want to be the ideal mate for this one or that one. Yup, you take that darkness, don't run from it, you take that darkness, right? Don't find a little fake clique that'll teach you how to run from these things professionally either. Nope, just take that thing and hold on to it, right? And allow it to change you. Say, you know what? I always wanted this. Well, let me imagine. Well, what kind of person would I be with the right kind of partner? If I'm the kind of person where I want to attract all of the partners that I feel attracted to, what kind of person would I be? What kind of person do I see myself as? You know, if it's like that, let's do a little role play. right? A little role play. Because you got to play the role before you can stay the role. You got to play the role before you can slay the role. They want to see how you do first. Life is an audition. Every moment is an audition. You don't just get the part. They gotta see how you play it. We gotta see if you're convincing. We gotta see if you're believable. We have to see if you believe the character, right? We don't want to just see that, oh, this person is just looking for the right things to say. They don't really believe it. They're not obsessed. We looked on their page, this whole year, in 5 years, they only dropped about 10, 15 videos. And none of them are hour long. Nah, I don't think that this is, you know what I mean? They didn't have that Kobe Bryant type of, man, I just shot 4 air balls in a row, man. Man, I'm spending the night at the gym tonight, man. I can't go back out there until I become a Hall of Famer tonight. Tonight, I just shot 4 air balls in front of y'all on my debut. Listen. If I'm not, listen, I gotta be one of the best players to ever pick up a basketball, and I gotta know that this is the person I'm gonna be before I leave the gym tonight. They said Kobe spent the whole night in the gym. When the people got there for practice, he never went home. I think some sources, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe some sources said he never went home. He just stayed. They ain't gonna tell you how much coffee he probably needed, but he just stayed. He just stayed. Sometimes you gotta just stay in the gym. I know what that's like. Be on stage performing and you forget your whole second verse. Man, you be like, yeah, I'm gonna spend the night in the studio. Where you been at? Man, you already know, man, I forgot that last verse. I stumbled on that last part, so I'm gonna be in the studio for a couple of you ain't gonna see me this week. I'm about to, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be in there crying. You know that part? He gonna cry in the booth. Super T Sigma programming. I love y'all. Peace.